From the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Tony Sandlaven.
And I'm Anne-Marie Toller. Thank you for joining us. Developing now, a man was found shot early this morning. Police have ruled the shooting a homicide. NewsLink Indiana's Bree Isom is live at the scene with more. Bree?
Hi guys, I'm here live at the 800 block of West Main Street, where a 20-year-old Middletown man was fatally shot earlier this morning. Zachary M. Farmer was told to be shot right in this house right behind me. Now, I spoke to Joe Winkle at about 4 p.m. today, and he said that he had no specific lead on the case. All he could tell me was that at 4 a.m. he received a call about gunshots fired from this address. So investigators are still investigating this case. Police officers are still here at the scene right now. Now, live in Muncie, NewsLink Indiana, I'm Bree Isom. Back to you.
Actual gunshots, but I woke up to an argument over whether or not to call for help, and then I heard people scuffling by a car.
Some Muncie residents didn't need an alarm clock when gunshots were fired around 4 in the morning. Darla Davis was awake when she heard the shots from next door.
It was horrible to see whatever it was laying there.
Davis says she was worried about everyone's safety right after the shooting.
Yeah, I'm scared now. I'm really scared now.
More than 12 shots were fired, and when police arrived, they found Zachary M. Farmer dead at the scene. Police marched off the area and were talking to witnesses about what happened. Police aren't sure about the motive behind the shooting, but are still investigating. Now, like I said, investigators are still investigating the case of Zachary M. Farmer. Police are still here finding out what happened. In Muncie, Bree Isom, NewsLink Indiana.
This is the second homicide in Muncie this week. The first came on Sunday on the 1500 block of Persing Drive.
Well, Governor Eric Holcomb announced he is pardoning a man today. 49-year-old Keith Cooper was convicted of a 1996 Elkhart robbery. Holcomb said Cooper was wrongly convicted of the robbery, citing the state parole board's support for the pardon. Cooper was originally sentenced to 40 years in prison, but was released after the state appeals court overturned his co-defendant's conviction in 2005. Moving on, the owners of 5 Indiana restaurants, including 2 in Muncie, have been charged with theft. Manuel Rodriguez Alonzo and Rosalio Sanchez own Casa del Sol and Ciudad Colonial in Muncie. Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry says the couple underreported an estimated $1.8 million in sales. Curry says these two have agreed to plead guilty. As part of the plea, they will pay nearly $143,000 in restitution to the State Department of Revenue.
Some people who work in Muncie decide not to live here. One group is working to pinpoint why. NewsLink's Kelsey Anderson is live in the newsroom with more.
It's called the Live Near Your Work Initiative, and it's headed by John Fallon, a retired Ball State employee. His group is working to find ways to make it more appealing for people to both live and work in Muncie. An accounting professor at Ball State, Jason Stanfield, lives in Lafayette and commutes to campus 3 days a week.
It is about an hour 45 each way for me, and it is a long drive, no doubt.
Stanfield and his wife are both Lafayette natives and have a tight tie to the community.
We thought a move was inevitable, and we thought probably a year or so in. We just needed some time to get our affairs in order when we had been living there as long as we had. But it really turned out after doing the commute thing for a year that it did work well for our family.
Stanfield makes more than $150,000 a year, according to Ball State University's records. John Fallon says that losing an income like that to another community is huge, which is why he pitched the Live Near Your Work initiative to the Ball Brothers Foundation and the Muncie Delaware Chamber of Commerce.
Our first phase is to do additional research to find out why people who work at the university chose to live either here. What made you choose Muncie? Or why did you choose outside of Muncie?
Muncie gets about 500 to 600 new employees every year, and a big portion of them are choosing to not live in the community.
When our community loses a well-paying position to another community, say Fishers or Carmel, we don't just lose that salary from our community. We lose the property tax that individual would pay.
Fallon also says it's more than money. Getting people to work and live in Muncie means better ideas, which means a better city. In the newsroom, Kelsey Anderson, NewsLink, Indiana.
The first set of surveys will be aimed at Ball State and Ball Memorial Hospital employees.
Well, a debate in Indianapolis may make the future of solar energy a bit more cloudy. Indiana's large utility companies want state lawmakers to pass a law that critics say would muscle out smaller competitors from the solar energy market. Solar power provides only about 1% of the country's energy, but employment is growing rapidly. Indiana legislators are debating a proposed law that would eventually eliminate much of the financial benefit Indiana homeowners, businesses, and some churches reap from harvesting the sun's rays. And Anne-Marie, I got to tell you, some solar farmers will be very happy with today. A lot of sun, pretty cold out, but definitely that sunshine is good to see.
Yes, it's definitely good to see, especially after all that snow yesterday. I was happy to see the sun out at least a little bit today and hopefully warming up.
Absolutely. Well, Adam Chowdhury is here to give us a little bit more on the forecast. Adam?
Well, like you said, the sun was out today, and it did come through later on, but unfortunately it didn't start that way. We saw heavy snow coming in the morning. We saw heavy snow coming through the morning, and it started off at 28 degrees, which is around midnight to be fair, and with lows of 17. But that's well below the average with 36 and 20. But if you do look at our records in Muncie, 1943, where we saw a record high of 66, which is absolutely amazing. And what's even more astounding is minus 18 all the way back in 1899, which was super, super exciting. So back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Adam. Well, President Trump's top advisor, Kellyanne Conway, may have violated federal ethics rules.
Plus, Trump has summoned 10 senators to the White House to confirm his Supreme Court nominee. All of this and more after the break.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league? Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. President Trump has summoned 10 senators to the White House to confirm his Supreme Court nominee. Trump is meeting with both Republicans and Democrats, telling them that Judge Neil Gorsuch is exponentially qualified. The president is also repeating his assertion that comments Gorsuch made appealing to distance himself from Trump were misrepresented. Gorsuch called Trump's comments on the judge blocking his travel ban disheartening. Gorsuch said that he was speaking broadly about any criticism of the judicial independence and is not about any specific case.
While a panel of judges deliberates over President Trump's travel ban, people around the world are waiting for the outcome. That includes students at Ball State University. NewsLink Indiana's Liam Shelton reports.
While the nation waits on the decision of the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, many wonder what will happen if Trump's executive order regains its authority. President Trump's executive order, which bars entry from 7 different Muslim countries and limits bringing in refugees into the United States, is still facing heavy opposition. With a decision by the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals being imminent, some wonder what would happen if the controversial order passes through. We had an opportunity to interview a Ball State senior who is from Saudi Arabia. He is completing his final semester to receive a public relations degree and wishes to speak about the travel ban. At his request, he asked that we not use his name or show his face.
I felt worried because it's meant that I have to think twice when I am planning to come here.
When we asked him what he's most concerned about, he said that he worries about his sister, who is supposed to travel to the United States for his graduation.
So she said, well, she haven't decided yet, but it's really highly she wants to not come in.
Despite the looming uncertainty of what the Court of Appeals will say about the executive order, this Ball State student is hopeful that stereotypes can be broken with a little dialogue. For NewsLink Indiana, I'm Liam Shelton.
The court's decision about the travel ban could possibly be heard before the end of this week.
Airline officials have been unhappy with the confusion surrounding the rollout of President Trump's travel ban. Now the president may be looking to privatize air traffic. The president is planning on meeting with the chief executive of several airlines, including Delta, United, and Southwest. Air cargo companies have been invited to a breakfast meeting with Trump. The president says he has been told airline systems are out of whack and feels that the Federal Aviation Administration should be headed by a pilot.
President Trump's top advisor, Kellyanne Conway, may have violated federal ethics rules. This morning, she urged shoppers to buy fashion products marketed by Ivanka Trump during an interview on Fox News.
Welcome back. Hire American, Buy American is a favorite slogan for President Trump and for his America First White House. But there are exceptions.
Go buy Ivanka's stuff is what I would tell you. I hate shopping. I'm gonna go get some on myself today. It's a wonderful line. I own some of it. I'm gonna give a free commercial here. Go buy it today, everybody. You can find it.
The comment to go buy Ivanka's stuff came a day after President Trump attacked Nordstrom on Twitter for dropping his daughter's fashion line. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said during his daily briefing that Conway has been counseled on the subject.
Energy Transfer Partners received permission from the Army last night to lay pipe under Lake Owie in North Dakota. Work resumed right away in the last section of the $3.8 billion pipeline that will carry North Dakota oil to Illinois. Protesters have been camped out in the area for months and often clashing with law officers. Since August, there have been nearly 700 arrests. Highway Patrol Lieutenant Tom Iverson says that there have been no incidents since the drilling resumed, but law officers are ready for any protest activity in the area of the Missouri River Reservoir. Energy Transfer Partners have their own security around the drilling area as well.
Well, the snow that hit Indiana is now hitting the Northeast. A powerful storm sweeping the Northeast looks to be the most significant storm of the season, with as much as a foot of snow expected in some places, as well as blizzard conditions. New York, Boston, and Philadelphia closed their public schools for the day. The latter two also declared snow emergencies, which affect city services and parking.
Tony, the snow outside sure is beautiful, but it is cold.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll see some temperatures rise. We'll find out if the cold weather will stick around over the weekend when we come back.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
And welcome back. Now, Tony, like I said, the snow is beautiful, but it has been bitter cold out there.
It has been cold. The temperature's really been all over the place the last couple of days, but today, nice and sunny out. The snow was on the ground. It was cold. Adam Chowdhury, what can you tell us? Is the cold going to stick around?
Well, like you said, Tony and Anne-Marie, it did start off very, very cold today with the snow battering down, but fortunately it did clear up. The clouds disappeared and the blue skies did appear. But now we're looking at temperatures of 17 degrees. Well, the west wind's coming at 30 miles per hour, which is making it really, really bitter out there, as it now feels like 4 degrees. But for tonight, these are the temperatures here right now. With Bloomington down in the south, 23 degrees, but compare that to Muncie, Lafayette at 14 and 17. The north is generally quite colder than the south. And with the wind chill as well, temperatures are actually feeling dramatically worse. Bloomington down from 25 to 15, Muncie down to 4, Lafayette 2, and Kokomo recently going down to 2 degrees as well. So the wind chill is really, really making it tough for people out there to walk around this stuff. But tonight we're looking at a cool, cloudy night with temperatures hitting 14 degrees and clouds, and with the south wind at 9 miles per hour. Hopefully moving into tomorrow, which will make it a much warmer day. As you can see, tomorrow, Friday morning, when people are going to work in their cars, hopefully the visibility will be fine, but it'll just be a bit cloudy at around 8 a.m. But with temperatures looking solid, with no precipitation at all, so you don't have to worry about rain or snow or anything like that. But as the weekend goes on, we're still looking dry at 12 a.m. With hopefully the rain showers coming in the weekend. But as you can see, that's tomorrow, Friday, looking sunny, looking warm, looking nice. A few strong winds here and there, but 20 miles per hour. As long as you wrap up warm with a scarf and maybe a pair of gloves, you should be okay. But like I said, the showers are coming in through the weekend, unfortunately. So if you have any plans, I do apologise. But around 4 o'clock on Saturday, they'll be coming in, and Saturday evening we'll hit the peak point of rain, and as we go through Sunday, hopefully it'll ease up, but we're looking at a wet weekend, unfortunately. So yeah, like I just said, showers coming in Saturday afternoon, 56 degrees, so it'll be quite warm, but the rain will obviously hamper that, and Sunday as well, we're looking at rain. But yeah, here's your 7-day forecast. So the weekend rain, but during the week, temperatures looking better with 44 and highs of 47. And cloud and sun throughout the whole week. And your Valentine's Day is looking good as well.
Well, certainly good to see some sunshine coming next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Most
Thank you very much, Adam.
Sports is coming up next, and we will look back at a big night for Ball State women's basketball.
As for Ball State's baseball team, there is some great news. Stay tuned.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Good evening, I'm Jesse Cordray with Newslink Indiana Sports. Last night, Ball State women's basketball team was in action in Worthern Arena. The Lady Cardinals dominated Bowling Green 91-70. With their win over Bowling Green, the Cardinals improved their season to 17-7 and improved to 10-2 in conference play. Ball State sophomore Carmen Grand and center Renee Bennett each scored 20 points. Grand set a career scoring high, and Bennett recorded her 7th double-double of the season. Ball State's Jill Morrison scored 15 points and Destiny Washington added 10. The women's basketball team takes on Ohio University this Saturday. Tip-off for the game is at 2 p.m. As for Ball State's baseball team, next weekend the team is headed to Florida with hopes of starting their season as well as they ended it last. Coming off of their 32-26 season, the Ball State baseball team is preparing to start their 2017 season off strong. In their preseason tournament next weekend, the Cardinals are set to play Maryland, Alabama State, and Louisville. Head coach Rich Maloney said that despite facing two ranked teams in the preseason tournament, they're excited to begin play.
Well, we're excited to play the competition we're playing. We think we've got a veteran team who's used to winning, and we're expecting big things from this ball club.
With a combination of strong pitchers and veteran hitters, Maloney says that this team should have no problem getting back into the swing of things.
They're very capable, and they know how to win, and I would expect that they're going to compete really, really hard and well for Ball State.
This team is not young by any means, with more than half of their roster returning. But Maloney says and believes that the team's greatest strengths are the relationships on and off the field.
I think they're really a team. They play together. They care about each other. They're winners. So I think they're going to be a gritty bunch.
And while you may think that gymnastics may be an individual sport, in college like baseball, they score as a team. The women's gymnastic team goes head-to-head against Central Michigan University on Sunday at 1 p.m. Next weekend, the Lady Cardinals are 3-6 on their season and 1-0 in conference play. Sunday's matchup can be caught live in Worthern Arena or can be streamed on ESPN3. After their head-to-head matchup with Central Michigan, the Lady Cardinals will hit the road next weekend, where they will travel to Bowling Green, Ohio. They're set to take on the Lady Falcons at 4 p.m. So what do you guys think about the upcoming sports here for Ball State?
Well, good to see the baseball team going to Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know a lot of us here are pretty jealous of the Florida weather for sure.
I would definitely love to be down there in that warm weather instead of up here dealing with the snow and cold.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Jesse. Coming up, there is a big musical tonight at Bruce Hall.
And do you know what big award show is coming up this weekend, and does it really matter?
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Newslink Indiana. I'm David Kahn with your entertainment news. The musical group Run Boy Run will perform at Pruis Hall tonight. Run Boy Run features performers who use the fiddle, cello, and guitar, as well as vocals, to create jazz, classical, and folk music. Tickets at the door for this show are $10 for Ball State students, $24 for adults, and $5 for people 18 and under. Run Boy Run will start tonight at 7:30 at Pruis Hall. Meanwhile, at University Theater, the play Boeing Boeing will be having its 6th performance tonight. It is a story that takes place in 1960s Paris. It is about Bernard, a bachelor who is engaged to 3 stewardesses without any of them knowing about the other 2. The play continues its showing at University Theater tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday night, with all 3 starting at 7:30. And this Sunday, the biggest night in music will take place with the 59th Annual Grammy Awards at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The awards program will be hosted by the Late Late Show host James Corden. And as popular as the Grammys are, how popular is it among students here at Ball State? The 59th Annual Grammy Awards take place Sunday night, with some of the biggest names in music attending the event. Artists like Adele, Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, Carrie Underwood, and Metallica are scheduled to perform at the awards show. And although it's been watched by many across the country, college students have been interested in watching other award shows.
I watch a couple of the award shows. The Grammys aren't normally the ones I watch. I normally watch the Golden Globes, and I don't know many friends who do watch them, so I would say they're not super important.
Some students might watch the Grammys while others won't, depending on if they already have plans that day.
I'm sure that a lot of them will watch the Grammys this Sunday. It probably just depends on whether they're busy or not. I personally probably won't because of homework, but yeah, so I think a lot of them will.
Chad Powers, a music instructor at Ball State, believes those who do watch it look forward to watching the artists perform their songs and put on a show.
Just the show in general, I think people like. The whole presentation, music has transformed into something where you watch people play live instruments with primarily pop music, to something that's turned into you just watch people do a show.
The 59th Annual Grammy Awards, hosted by James Corden, is this Sunday at 8 p.m. on CBS, with the red carpet show starting at 7:30. And premiering in theaters this weekend is the Lego Batman movie, the spin-off of the 2014 film The Lego Movie. It stars Will Arnett as Bruce Wayne and Batman, Michael Cera as Robin, and Zach Galifianakis as the Joker. The film is rated PG. And that's tonight's entertainment news. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Adam, let's have one final look at weather.
Of course. Well, like I said, the weekend's not looking great, but as we look towards the next week, Monday's looking great. Sun shines and 44 degrees. Tuesday, Valentine's Day, if you've got any plans, then good for you, because 47 is looking great. As we go into Wednesday and Thursday, cloudy, but some sunshine there, but the temperature's coming down, 38, 36. But yeah, it's all looking very good for next week. Better than this week, that's sure.
That's all for tonight's Newslink Indiana. Be sure to watch Monday at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.
You've been watching Newslink Indiana in high definition.